Hi, my name is Tony. The tape that you're about to view is set up for the amateur. We're going to go through the basics of how to start the tattoo in a tattoo business. What you're going to want to do is check with your local towns before you even attempt to start tattooing on a business level. We're going to run through all the machines that you're going to need, what type of equipment you're going to need. You're obviously going to need to start out with some artwork. You can use clip art. You can buy tattoo flash, as they call it. There's catalogs available. There's a lot of suppliers that you can get this type of stuff from. You're going to want to start out with some real basic tattoos when you first start out in the business. The more advanced tattoos are going to come later. We have other videos that are available that are going to go into advanced shading and coloring and start to do some of these larger pieces of work. There's a lot of money to be made in this business. It takes a little bit of practice, and this video is going to help you go through pretty much everything from how to set your machine up, what colors to use, and how to put an actual tattoo onto somebody. You're going to see the whole thing right on this tape. Now I'm going to show you some basic tubes that you'll need. There's outlining tubes, there's coloring tubes, and then there's shading tubes. This is a basic outlining tube. You'll notice that the hole is smaller. Outlining tubes will take a smaller needle. This particular tube is set to hold a 3-needle outliner. This is a basic shading grip. The hole here can hold up to 7 needles. It can also be used as an outliner for thicker outlines when you're going to use a 5-needle outliner, which we'll show you in a minute. This is a basic flat shader. Notice the size of the hole. This can hold up to 22 needles, and they will be a flat configuration, which we'll show you also. These are 2 different types of grips that come on the tubes. You can see this one is much fatter than this one. There's 2 reasons for those. One reason for the heavier grip, some people prefer that in their hand. It just feels more comfortable. Also, if you're putting in a lot of black ink, it works as a counterweight on the tattoo machine. It'll give you a little bit more weight to put the tattoo ink in a little bit deeper. Mostly it's for comfort. All of the tubes that we've shown you have been sealed in sterilized packages, and this is what they'll look like when you start to use them. This is a set of sterilized tattoo needles. This is the way they'll look before you use them. We're going to start out showing you 2 basic needles that you're going to use. This is an outliner and this one is a shader. The difference is the outliner is pushed into a point. The shader, the needles are a little more separated and more in a brush-like configuration. These are some of your basic supplies you're going to need to start your tattooing. In the foreground you can see we have some ink caps. We have 2 different size ink bottles. We have a bottle of green soap and a bottle of alcohol. The ink caps come in several different sizes. This is a basic size that you're going to use for a tattoo. Inks also come in 2 different sizes. You can purchase them either way. This is a 2-ounce bottle and that's an 8-ounce bottle. It's just a matter of how many colors you're going to use. Some colors are going to go through faster than other colors, so you'll probably wind up purchasing them, such as blacks and reds, in larger quantities. The green soap, that's surgical tincture of green soap. That's used to wash down the tattoo area before you start, and during the process of the tattoo you're going to be spraying the green soap to keep the area clean. The alcohol will do 2 things. Before you apply your stencil, you clean the skin with the alcohol, and also when you change colors, you're going to use the alcohol to spray through your machine into the tube to clear the ink out. These are 2 basic power supplies that you're going to need to run your tattoo machine. The one at the top has basically your on and off switch, and this dial here will regulate the amount of power that you're going to send to your tattoo machine. The one on the bottom is a little more elaborate. It has a volt and an amp meter, which will give you more of a visual on how fast your machine is going to run. You can still set it here, but then you can see how much volt and how much amps you're putting out. That's something we'll get into later. The switch holes on the front, there's obviously one for a foot switch and one for your clip cord, which we're going to show you in a minute, that shows how to hook this up to the machine. These are some of the other accessories you're going to need that go along with your power supply unit. This is a set of clip cords and a foot switch. There's two different types of clip cords you can use. These have a terminal that hooked to the back of the machine. This is a typical RCA jack that plugs into the machine.